Okay, so I've taken the shell off of this Athearn Genesis SD70 Ace. Once you take this apart, I've removed the gas tank. You take front and rear couplers off first, and then I've removed the gas tank, which is just one small little screw on the bottom. And then there's also two more screws that are hidden in between the front and rear trucks. You'll see them up inside of there. Some of them have it, some of them don't. This one did. So there's actually 4 screws to get the shell off of this locomotive. And I also usually just remove the gas tank so it's not in the way and I'm not going to damage it or anything like that. So once I took the shell off, the first step we want to do is start taking the lights out. These are the little 1.5 volt lights that Athearn uses. They give you a nice incandescent glow. They look pretty realistic. The unfortunate thing is that they don't last very long. And once you super detail the locomotive, put a lot of time and effort into weathering it, the last thing you want to do is start having to take it apart to replace bulbs. So that's why a lot of people upgrade to LEDs, including myself. So these were the rear lights. There was a piece of tape holding them in there. I just used a pair of tweezers and they pull out pretty easy. So those were the rear. These were the front. They were tied up in here. Get in there with a pair of tweezers, pull them right out. And then these are the ditch lights, which I'm not going to do right now. So I got those out. That separates the shell from the frame. I also make sure all these little clips that come on the soundboards, I take these off and just pretty much throw them away. These are little clips can fail over time. You could end up with a short, you could end up with a loose wire. So I always solder all my wires to the board. So the speaker, positive, negative, this is the front truck, this is the rear truck, and then the power, positive, negative, is underneath. And once you pop all those off, you have your Tsunami soundboard. They are labeled front, so you know which way it goes in case you're worried about getting it backwards. They are labeled. So that'll be in the next video. But this will get all soldered back together. And then what I was talking about is the LEDs. This will get soldered into this connection right here. And I'll just hit that with solder, trim this down to size. It'll end up being this way actually, to save room. That way they're not sticking out, and then the wires will get soldered to that and go into the little housing inside where the light socket is. And that's where these fit. So you can see if I just put it in this way, they fit in there pretty nicely. Those will go in from the inside. And then you can hold them in there with a piece of like black electrical tape or something like that. So I just wanted to do a quick video and show you that the frame comes off pretty easy on the Athearn Genesis. You know, gas tank, 4 screws, and it just slides right off. All the wires will be attached, so you want to kind of lay the shell off to the side and just start very carefully popping those little plastic holders off and get the wires loose. And then once you get everything all cleaned up, you can start soldering wires back to the board. And then I'll do the LED upgrade from there. So in the next video, I'm going to work on getting these taken out. You can see how they're kind of lodged in there. There's clips and clamps and things like that, so you want to be real careful. And there's a hole that goes right through and then up underneath. When this is out of the way, it's probably going to be kind of hard to see. But up underneath is where the bulbs go. So if we can pull this out of the way, you might be able to see it better. Pull that out of there. So the bulbs are right up underneath here. The wires come through the hole. So the thing is, you got to grab them with some tweezers and try to pull them out of there. I've had bulbs break up inside the housing. Just got to get a small drill bit up in there and try to clean out as much of that broken glass as you can, just enough to get the LED to fit up inside the housing. Alright, so there's that part, and we'll go on to part 3 hopefully really soon. Okay, thanks for watching.